told you guys that it was not a mistake. Trump tweeted what he tweeted on purpose, all right? Now, with a little bit more time and hindsight, I've checked out stakes. We're about to go into some Tim Pool stuff right now. But yeah, I think it all ties back around to the Justice Democrats. That's the reason he grouped them all together. I mean, yeah, it was simply Omar, right? That is from a different country, but I mean, that was born in a different country, but he needed to tie all of them together because that's that little communist, socialist, Justice Democrat crew. So that's why Presley, Tlaib, Omar, and Cortez are front and center. And as but the reason we are at Tim Pool's video, though, is because he's one of the ones that, jumped out and was insanely emotional about it. Like, he tweeted, like, oh, my goodness, this is why I'll never vote for Trump. My God, he's an orange man bad. Like, he still had that tendency. So he's now, like, it's sort of like watching someone get red pilled, if we're still using that term, in real time. So let's just get into this.
After telling Democratic congresswomen to go back to their countries. There's a lot to break down. For one, I got ratioed hard. I lost like 200 followers when I criticized Trump over this tweet because I thought it was just a bad tweet. Okay, it was stupid. But here's the thing. It may have just accidentally or on purpose, it worked out for him. And so now I'm hearing from Trump supporters, you don't understand, this is on purpose, and there literally is a good reason why. So when I saw, I made 2 videos. I talked about Trump's tweet, and I talked about an internal Democrat poll showing that Ocasio-Cortez, I'll just pull it up, is really, really bad for the Democrats. And Styx Hexenhammer, if you're not familiar, he's a YouTuber, commented, I think it was on this video where he said, and this is why Trump just made that tweet. So here's the thing. Trump puts out this, actually, before we get into how this all plays.
Okay, yeah, because he's about to chill for a second.
I rely on you for word of mouth, so.
So, see, like, I'll let you tell him, but that's a little predictable.
Here's the thing. I will read through some of how he responded. Trump tweeted out that you've got these progressive congresswomen who should go back to their home countries are failing. They should go back, fix it, and then come back here and tell us like how it went or whatever, and show us how it's done. And it was criticized heavily, even by me, because the congresswomen he's referring to, 3 of them were born in America. Ilhan Omar is from Somalia, so it could just be.
But that's the point. They're all Justice Democrats. They're all that TYT Justice Democrat crowd. And that's where he's trying to rope them all together. And he wants the Dems defending these nut bars that hate America. I mean, virtually, they call themselves socialists, but I mean, Ocasio-Cortez, I know for a fact, is a card-carrying member of the Democratic Socialist Party. So, or, just club or whatever. But the deal is that that's the main reason he did it. And I think that's kind of going over Tim Pool's head and everyone else is that link right there. And in a way, yeah, YouTube's helped destroy the country because of TYT and the pull that they had. Because I mean, initially before Cenk Uygur had gotten kicked out of Justice Democrats, they were hand in hand, arm in arm. And this was right before the election or right after the election. I'm not 100% sure on which one, but Cenk Uygur had made some chick feel uncomfortable, so they Me Too'd him out of his own party. That's pretty hilarious. Talking about it coming back to bite you in the bum, huh? Yeah. But ultimately, through Chakrabarti and these other radicals that wanted to make way in American politics, they got their faces, they got their puppets in place, and they ran with it. And so, Trump sees this. Trump sees this problem. Tucker Carlson has also done this as well, but he focuses mainly in on Omar, and that's the main reason Trump's like, oh no, all 4 of them. All 4 of them. Yeah. Those 4 right there, those Justice Democrats, yeah, they're a problem. And so that's basically it. But let's keep going into Tim's video because it's fun to watch him just be like, oh, well, wait a second. Wait, this actually does seem smart.
That he didn't know that he made a mistake. Whatever. But here's the thing. For the longest time, well, for the past several weeks, the Democrats have been fighting, and Nancy Pelosi has been slamming Ocasio-Cortez. To the average voter, this shows the Democratic Party is resisting the far left. Something I liked. Something I've praised repeatedly in videos. Like, yes, finally, the Democrats pushing back.
Okay, so let's be 100%, let's be clear about our definitions here. The Democratic Party is just merely a party. What Nancy Pelosi represents are neoliberals. They're the corporate ones. They're the ones that, like, you know, for all their faults, they help keep the machine rolling. You know, I mean, because the machine sucks, but at the same time, the machine has helped build a pretty awesome system here in the States when it comes to what you can get for yourself as far as monetarily. Like it's very nuanced. I'll put it to you like that. It's very nuanced. But that's what Nancy Pelosi, your Cory Bookers, your Kamala Harris's, that's what they represent. And even Warren to a large extent. Tulsi up, baby girl. I'm not as sure on Tulsi. She seems to definitely get it more on the grassroots level. I believe that's the only grassroots, the one of the true grassroots campaigns taking place right now. Yang as well, but neither one of them really have a chance at winning the nomination. Bernie got I believe Bernie, when he backed down in 2016, I can't help but feel like that's when, like, I mean, he bent the knee and it was over for him, you know? And even at that time, at that point, socialism, these ideas of socialism and communism had been so removed from the American lexicon and the American subconscious that, wait a second, it took a minute to really shake people into realizing exactly what it was. So, you know, but AOC and the Justice Dem cause represents is that socialist, communist type, authoritarian, totalitarian, no censorship, no freedom of speech. You do as we say, or you go about your way. Well, not go about your way, you know, go our way or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hit the bricks type vibe that really is poisonous and has done absolutely nothing in countries such as Venezuela, Cuba, and all these other places that, you know, they just didn't get it right. You know, they just didn't get their communism or their socialism right. No, and everything. And the deal is that capitalism is about getting to the money, right? So China was like, you know what, kind of like this getting to the money thing. And that's really one of America's greatest influences in the world, is like, hey, look, you know, you can get this, you guys can get it for yourselves too. I mean, let us help you. But everybody has their own reasoning for doing what they do. But let's keep going on in this video.
And these wackos. And then all of a sudden Trump comes out and he makes this really bad tweet. Oh, I think it's bad. You can like it, whatever. I think it was a bad tweet. I think it was stupid. But here's the thing. In this poll, we can see that people really, really detest Ocasio-Cortez. And that means the Democrats are pushing back against her. People are going to like Nancy Pelosi. When Trump tweeted, Pelosi immediately came out in defense of Ocasio-Cortez, calling Trump a racist, and Trump then forced Pelosi and AOC back into the same camp.
Really quickly, where's the racism in the tweet, though? There's literally no racism in that tweet. Not a single ounce of, hey, yeah, black egg, or brownies, you know, go back wherever it is you came from. These white folks better off without you, you know, or anything else like that. No, it was a factual statement that he knew would be misconstrued. So Tim is like still on that, like still is trying to tap into those emotions, but the logic's going to take over eventually.
Immediately we then see, like, the global editor, the opinion editor of the Washington Post say, Nancy Pelosi's enabling Trump. And I have no idea what's going on. It's all weird. But here's what I'll say. In this poll we saw, what is it? We say, like, Ocasio-Cortez is recognized by 74% of voters, but only 22% had a favorable view. What Trump just did was make Nancy Pelosi defend Ocasio-Cortez so that she and Ocasio-Cortez are one in the same. They're one group.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. Exactly. Tie them together. You make the corporate Dems defend and stand tall with the radical Dems, and come time for re-election, average swing person who does not pay attention to these types of things is going to be like, yo, they all insane over there. Nah, man, we're better off with the devil that we got.
Saying it was intentional. I am not making a 4D chess argument. A lot of people are. I think it's silly to assume Trump is always on point with strategy.
Is it silly to assume that, though, seeing how he's president? Like, in plenty of ways, he's gotten a lot of the things that he said he wanted to get done, at least started, with Mexico taking a much bigger role in immigration, in their immigration, trying to make sure folks ain't coming through that much, and as well as kickbacks for the wall, which he said, he'd get them to pay out on the trade deals that he's knocking out of the park, apparently, really trying to bolster the economy. And the First Step Act, where there's, I think next month 2,000 people are going to be getting released from I mean, geez, dude, I mean, come on, man, come on. As much as, hey, it may pain to say, at some point reality does have to creep in there, Mr. Poole, and you might just have to start giving the man a bit more credit than you wanna.
I guess if you're a Trump supporter, then you'll probably believe he's doing this stuff on purpose, and it makes sense, because he's even doubled down now. In the end, swing voters who aren't paying attention will just see the Democrats unified around Ocasio-Cortez and be like, we really don't like her. The Democrats are bad. If Pelosi and the more moderate Democrats were pushing back on Ocasio-Cortez, they'd be like, good, I like this. They're fighting back, but now they're unified. So whether or not you think Trump did it on purpose, I think relies on whether or not you support or oppose him. Now, here's the thing.
Not really, because I kind of don't care. I try to remain as emotionally disinvested as possible. I can just go by what I see taking place in the world and around me. And so, yeah, I mean, either ways, I didn't want him, but I didn't want the person he opposed. I never get my way, like, ever in life, so I'm used to not getting my way as far as presidencies go, even though I was for Obama when he went in, but now we sit at a point where we realize, oh wait, I was completely emotionally manipulated, which is one of the reasons why that's such a huge part of this channel, and what I talk about is that manipulation that really is, like, does nothing but harm us.
When Trump puts out this tweet, I criticized it on Twitter. I lost a couple hundred followers. Look, whatever, man. I don't care. Don't follow.
Yeah, you do. Because this is the second time you brought it up, bruh. Like, for real. You care. Like, I hate when people sit there, bring up things, and be like, I don't care. You just brought it up. If you didn't care, you wouldn't bring it up. But I love you, Tim. You're hilarious.
Post out what I'm going to tweet what I think. If you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. I don't care. Don't watch my videos. Whatever. It is what it is. But you can see from that, Trump supporters don't care. They don't care. In fact, most of the responses were people saying, I agree with the president. And it's like, for me, it's like, yeah, but you recognize these women are from America, right? They're born.
But that's because you're not understanding he has to tie them all together.
In like Michigan, Ohio, it's one woman who wasn't from here. But I understand the sentiment about people whose countries are collapsing, so they leave, and it makes the country worse. Right, you got to think about how much it costs to fly from Congo to Angola. They're traveling from Congo to Angola. Flying to Brazil is going to cost thousands of dollars to get your family across. And then,
what's the crazy part is that's exactly what happens here in America. If you don't like living in the hood, you got to pay those thousands of dollars to move to, somewhere nicer. If you're black, apparently one of the nicer parts in Georgia, for some strange reason, but yeah, like, I mean, the moving and being mobile and mobility towards nicer grounds, as an American, it's one of the greatest features of this country. Make no mistake.
Traveling all the way up, that's a lot of money. And so this is something that's akin to what they call the brain drain, when the people of means flee the country instead of putting the money back into the economy. It's bad for the economy. So I understand that sentiment.
And that literally matters here at the state level as well. Like when with millionaires in leaving New York and New Jersey and going to Pennsylvania because it has lower taxes, what do you expect to happen to New Jersey and New York? They lose money as far as tax revenue goes. So this isn't something that is exclusive to these countries, which is part of the reason why, hey, maybe people should be staying put. Maybe people should be, focusing in on making the places of which they hail, be it country, state, or even township or city, local municipality. Maybe they should be all trying to make these places better, right?
Right? I just think Trump was being fast and crude, but then it was brought up to me because I did a video on this and a video on that. Dude, this is going to work out really well for Republicans. I think I'm like, yeah, that's true, right? In the end, you are going to force swing voters to view Nancy Pelosi and AOC as one and the same, as one group, as cohorts.
Exactly, and the other four as well, and Omar as well, bruh. Like, this is not just simply, that's why he did it. That's why all four of them are tied together, because it can't just be AOC. It has to be their little contingency. Nancy Pelosi called it herself. She was like, it's just those four. They can sit there and talk all the smack they want, but it's just those four. So now he's making sure that, like, no, all y'all wrapped in there together.
Well, Trump doubled down, so let's see what he said. President Trump on Sunday night doubled down amid a growing backlash over his earlier tweets telling a group of Democratic congresswomen that they should go back to the countries that they came from. It's a little bit more nuanced than that, but that's what they're saying. So sad to see the Democrats sticking up for people who speak so badly of our country and who, in addition, hate Israel with a true and unbridled passion. Whenever confronted, they call their adversaries, including Nancy Pelosi, racist, Trump said in a pair of tweets. Their disgusting language and the many terrible things they say about the United States must not be allowed to go unchallenged. If the Democrat Party wants to continue to condone such disgraceful behavior, then we look even more forward to seeing you at the ballot box in 2020.
Bang. Bang. I mean, have you... I haven't heard Presley, Omar, Ilhan, or that's Ilhan Omar, Talib, or Ocasio-Cortez really speak glowingly of the country in any means, or really speak of Americans that they like. If you have, the comment section is there. By all means, toss me a link. I'd appreciate it. But all they do is criticize. Oh, America's so terrible. America's so racist. America's so bad and xenophobic. Yet, and Omar is the one that's from Somalia, and good luck with that. By all means, go seek leadership in Somalia. But where he says, like, oh yeah, it's racist, he ties Ocasio-Cortez and the rest of them all up in it. I mean, really, I think they hate this country. I think it's safe to say that they really despise this country, and not in a, this country has flaws. I don't think that there's anyone on this planet that would say America's perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the good that the country as a whole tries to do and tries to project, and most importantly, the people within it, because they are some of the most amazing people you could ever meet in life, you could ever have the fortune of meeting in life, are Americans. And so, I don't know, like, to sit here and say, to sit there and be like, he shouldn't put the Democratic Party, who is holding them up right now, he shouldn't try to link them together. I think that's foolish.
And that's the tweet following up that I think, wow, I mean, maybe he tweeted this on purpose. Maybe, it's like I was saying.
When wouldn't he tweet something on purpose? That's the thing. He is the president. It is the 4D chess game, Temple. It really is. But watching you just like, wow, man, this is nuts. This is crazy. It's pretty funny.
Trump can distract the media and change the narrative, and he's an expert at controlling the narrative. And this also comes into something I've talked about before, about counterintuitive solutions. How do you make sure that the Democrat Party, I'm quoting Trump, condones disgraceful behavior when the leader of the party in the House, at least, one of the most prominent members, is pushing back against the worst behavior? you make her defend it and point at you. See what he says? They call everyone racist. Now Trump has put out this tweet, been smeared, and then used that smear to show you how they're all unified. So basically, you have Ocasio-Cortez attacking Nancy Pelosi, insinuating she's racist, and Trump wants to make sure the ire is directed at him so that he can point the Democrats as being unreasonable. And then when Nancy Pelosi came out and called Trump, he got it. So again, you know what? We could sit and believe that Trump is some like idiot savant and he's slipping on, like he slips on a banana peel but accidentally does a backflip and lands perfectly. Or we can say that maybe he thought about how to shift the narrative because he's consistently done it really, really well.
Boom. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to bring this one to an end because he knocks it out the park. He's just refusing to accept, like, it's weird. It's like watching a baby swallow medicine. No offense, Tim. I mean, not to call you a baby or anything else like that. It's just, the baby, and it goes down its throat, and it's like, it's kind of like, it didn't really, like doing that. But, yeah, all that being said, if you like this one, toss me a like. Dislike it, go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get more videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments. Are you familiar with the Justice Democrats? Are you familiar with the Young Turks and Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian and all of the socialist advocates that run around and really bankroll candidates and members such as Presley, Tlaib, Omar, and Ocasio-Cortez? Do you believe, much like I do, that, yeah, this was deliberate in order to sink all three of these four that Nancy Pelosi had talked about as well, had tied together as well? These four who are completely antithetical to the corporate Dem situation, but are representing evil in their own right, do you believe that this was done to put them all together and to secure his victory? Or, I mean, are you just thinking that he's dumb? By all means, I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments, and until the next video,